Are you always coming up with ideas? Do you marvel at successful business owners? Do you hate being told what to do? Ever take things apart just to see how they work? Are you a dreamer? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Pro Tapes and Specialties is the world leader in tape manufacturing and specialty conversion with over 40 years of experience. In addition to our pro brand of high-quality specialty adhesive tapes, we provide contract converting services that help improve your profitability, streamline your supply chain, and reduce inventory cost. We offer the most complete range of converting capabilities in the industry, such as cloth tape, double-coated tape, specialty tape, paper tape, masking tape,
vinyl tape, carton sealing tape, adhesive transfer tape, duct tape, foam tape, electrical tape, filament tape, foil tape, reflective tape.
And the tape just keeps on rolling. Visit us online today at www.protapes.com or call us at 800-345-0234. Pro Tapes, it's just how we roll.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entrepreneurial Enclave, Life's Coming Attraction. I am your host, Kevin Wortham. I am so excited. Today, I am going to bring you some exciting news. We're going to have an exciting conversation. And I am talking to my dear friend, Nani, and he's going to give you his correct name and pronunciation. He is from Guyana. So, Nani, welcome to the platform. How are you, sir? How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm doing very good. And I have been really anticipating for this to come since last week. And I told you last Tuesday that I wish the week was already up for us to have this all-important meeting and interview.
Yes.
I am from Ghana.
Ghana.
The motherland, Gold Coast, Ghana.
Yes,
Ghana, Africa, not Guyana.
Oh,
Yes, it's
I'm
Ghana.
sorry, Ghana. I'm sorry, please. So
Yes,
Guyanese, yes.
Yes, please. Yes, I'm a Ghanaian.
So now, how do you pronounce your full name, please?
All right. So I was born and then named by my parents somewhere in 1989 as Kennedy Asare.
Yes.
Kennedy as the former president of the United States, Kennedy Asare.
Yes.
But by the grace of the Almighty Creator and then the ancestors, I have been elevated to be a chief. And then my position is a linguist. So with any chief, it's called Nana. N-A-N-A. So I am Nana Kwabena. Yes, please. Nana Kwabena Asare. That's my name as a chief.
Yes. So now, how did you become a chief?
How I became a chief is sometimes a mystery, and then it's an interesting story. It dates way back to my mom. May her soul rest in perfect peace. She passed away 12 years ago. She was like a daughter to the chief of the community that I live in, and they had a very good relationship until she passed. And then I also, grew up with my siblings and stuff like that. So 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, I joined club in the community called Bukum Estate Executive Men's Club. The chairman elected me to be part of the chief development committee,
Yes.
which they have meetings every 2 weeks in the community on Wednesday. So I was selected to be part of them. And then when I went to join the committee,
How did you become a chief?
exactly, yeah, you were asking how I became a chief, and I was in with you. So when I became the stand-in secretary for the one who fell sick, the chief saw how I was writing and then reading minutes and stuff, and then he told some people around me that he wanted to make me his linguist because I can speak for him. And as
Yes.
a linguist, you speak for the chief in the public. When he says something, it is assumed that the public do not hear what he said. So you have to explain it wisely to the people. And if somebody is talking to the chief, whatever the person says, the chief doesn't hear it. But you have to say what the person said in a manner to the chief.
Yes.
So it is more or less, we say that the linguist is the wife of the chief because the last person the chief will see before he sleeps is the linguist. And the first person that he will see before he wakes up is the linguist. So we normally are very close to the chief and we have a lot of things to share to the public or to chief from the public.
Yes.
And then that is how come we are assumed as the wife of the chief. So that is the main, what do you call it? The main role of the linguist. You 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 are like a PRO, or you are somehow the communicator between the chief and then the community or the public. That's
Wow.
right.
Wow. So, and you did this for
Yeah.
how? And you did this for how long in that role of being like the linguist or the I don't want to say interpreter, but the mouthpiece for the chief. How long did you do that role?
All right. So I'm still in it, and I have been the linguist 3 years now. I was
Yes. Wow.
in 12th of May, 2019, and
Yes.
it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime position,
Yes.
unless I do something that is against the custom or you know, the norms of the community, and then people will raise allegation about me, and then the chief will make investigation, and then realize that no, you can't continue to be my wife, so we are breaking up. That's how I'll put it. But if not, I will continue to be the linguist until my creator calls me to join the ancestors
Now, if I'm correct, you said that this position is for life.
for life.
Wow. And so
Yeah.
how large is the I guess the and I apologize. How large is the area that the chief controls? How large is that area?
Very, very large. Is very, very large. Let me say something more about Bukrum, the community that I am the chief in
Yes.
for you. We have Bukrum, as Bukrum, and then we have an estate which is attached to the community called Bukrum. So we call it Bukrum Estate. So they are twin towns. We have Bukrum Estate. These are all operated, or these are all controlled by the chief. And
Yes.
then you will be interested to know that the Bukrum estate is the largest estate in West Africa. So imagine part of Bukrum, which is the Bukrum estate, being the largest estate in Africa. Talk about the old Bukrum. So it's a very big place that we control.
And how many people do you oversee?
We are talking of tens of thousands of people, and how the system works in Ghana here, you cannot just say, like in New Jersey, you can tell us that you have about 150,000 people, or let's say 2 million people there. Here, you cannot just say, but I can confidently say that we have over tens of thousands of people, which is close to 100,000 people to control here.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. And so
Yeah.
they all are considered your people.
Yeah, they are all considered my people. And if you are, Nana,
Yes.
Nana means grandparent in
Yes.
our local language. If you call you Nana, you are grandparent. So everybody in the community, whether old or young, is my grandchild or is the grandchild of my chief. So anybody who has a position as a chief or a sub chief in the community is seen as like a grandparent. So all the community people are seen as our grandchildren.
Wow. So Nana, let me ask this question now. So
Okay.
if you are the voice of the chief, can you help him make decisions as well? Are you like an advisor to the chief
Ab-
as well?
Absolutely. So that is why I said that every linguist is the wife of a chief. So
Yes.
imagine you and your wife, or anybody who is listening,
Yes.
the relationship between the wife and the husband. They think together to build a family.
Yes.
So even in the public gathering, when we are having a public gathering where we are addressing the people, if chief wanna say something and then he is a little bit confused, he will draw me closer to him and say it or explain what he wants to say to me. I have to think quickly to give him an answer about what he wants to say,
Yes.
or if he wants to take an action, he asks me, and then I will give an idea about what he has to say. And then also, because I'm the mouthpiece of the chief, when he's speaking, it doesn't come out to the public. So
Yes.
whatever he's saying, I have to listen to it carefully and then make the best out of it and then show the news to the public. That's
Yes.
how it is.
Now, now, now. Earlier, you said you're like the wife of the chief.
Exactly.
N- no. So help me to understand. I'm understanding what you're saying so far, but you're saying you're like
Mm-hmm.
the wife of the chief. So the wife of the chief, you're just saying that's how close you guys are. But you're
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly.
You're not married to him as if.
No. Okay. Let okay. So you know that we as Africans or Ghanaians, for that matter, Ashanti, we
Yes.
have customs and we have traditions.
Yes.
So um, when we say that a linguist is the wife of the chief,
Yes.
we are just saying it, just literally. It's not meaning that he is really the wife of the chief. No, but
Okay.
according to the structure,
Yes.
in instances, we consider him as the wife of the chief because as your real wife, you discuss issues with your wife, things that happen, you talk to your wife about it. When you go to the workplace and then you are frustrated or you are so happy and then you have a happy family or you have a happy wife with, you are rushing to come home to tell your wife. That is how the chief is. If
Under,
there's something that is happening, he
underst-
wants to
understood.
talk to the linguist real quick.
Understood. Understood. I
Okay.
got you now. So
Okay.
thank you for clearing that up now. So going back to your
You are
position.
welcome. So there is a wise saying that we say that every linguist who doesn't tell the truth
Yeah,
always cause chaos in the community.
rightfully so. I can see that happening. Now let me ask this question, right?
Okay.
So if you're
Okay.
overseeing, if you're responsible for so many people, do you
Mhm.
control like the jobs? Do you control the economy in your area?
Not necessarily controlling the job and the economy, but
Yes.
what we do is that we assess people, to find jobs. We assess people, to solve financial problems, not to give them money, but to give them advice.
Yes.
There are some people, we say that the one who is making the road or who is fixing the road doesn't know that the back line is crooked.
Yes.
So people might be doing things wrong and then they will come to us to seek for advice. And automatically, once you become a chief, whether you are young or adult, you need to be smart, you need to mature because people will
Yes.
come with all sorts of problems, marital problems, you know, parental problems, and then family issues. Even people having problems with their job, they come and talk to you, and then, it's worrying somebody or someone has done something wrong to somebody, and he needs someone to lead to, settle the issue. They always
Yes.
run to the chief so that we help and then do all these kind of things. So that's how we do it. So we don't necessarily control finding work for people or doing those kind of things. But what we do is we assist or we use our influence to write letters to support people's CV and stuff like that for them to get some opportunity to work with.
Understood. So the economy itself, you guys have no control over the economy.
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Because the structure is the government is there, which is held by the president, the parliament, and then the judiciary. So it
Yes.
comes all the way down. Then we have all these kind of things. But when you want to come locally to the community of Bukum to do anything,
Yes.
first, whether you are the government or you are whoever, you need to see the chief, and then the chief will assist you to do that.
Okay. So the chief in that position is equivalent to someone being like the mayor or a council person,
Then
correct?
something like that.
Got you.
Yep,
Okay. Now,
something like that.
okay.
But 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 in our position, we are not elected. When
Yes.
you become chief, you go. It's a lifetime. And I'm proud to say that my chief that I'm linked to has been a chief almost 60 years.
Wow.
He has been on the throne for almost 60 years. Yeah. So I always feel blessed to come around him and learn something from him. And he has really helped me a lot, in advising me and then giving me directions on how to about things like that. That's how it is.
Wow. So now I'm getting a better sense of it now. So thank you. So now I
You're
I
welcome.
I
You're welcome.
I brought you on to the show. I brought you onto the platform so we can really talk about your country. We can really talk about your
Okay.
village, and to talk about
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurially, what are some of the things that you're
Mm-hmm.
doing in your community?
Okay. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to Lena,
Yes.
who gave me the opportunity to meet you and then see this day that I, being the first Ghanaian to be interviewed by you,
Yes.
on your platform. It's really big thing for me, and I've been anticipating this all day. Like today, I was just thinking about it, and then just thinking about it, and then it was just reflecting through my mind that wow, I'm going to, I never expected it, or it wasn't clicking my mind anywhere in my lifetime that I'm going to have this opportunity to speak to, somebody out of the country, and then it will go viral for everybody to listen to me. So first of all, I want to say that what I've been doing for the entrepreneurially in my community is
Yes.
that for this particular area, I have a barbering shop
Yes.
that I have an employee where people come there to have their hair cut. And then I must say I'm proud of my workers who have been working for me because it wasn't easy starting it from 4, 5 years ago.
Yes.
People said a lot of things that, there are a lot of barbers in the community, and why do you also want to be a barber, like have a barber shop?
Yes.
Said I have the passion to be like an owner of something in the community, but there's nothing that I can put my hand on. What
Yes.
finance can my finance can do is to open a barbering shop. And I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of people who patronize that. So that is what I started barbering shop 5 years ago. And it wasn't easy, as I said earlier on. I wasn't getting enough customers. So I targeted kids.
Yes.
That anybody who is mature will say that, oh, I have a barber who has been, working on my hair for the past 10 years, for the past 7 years. But for kids, they don't have anybody. So I brought in some promotional things to let kids enjoy coming to my barbering shop. So as the kids come to the barbering shop and then they are getting their hair cut, people seeing that, oh, this child's haircut is looking nice. Where did he get it? Oh, he got it from Kennedy Asare shop. Oh, then I'll go and try. Then that was how I was integrating the kids and then the adults. And I can proudly say that barber shop is really doing good. We have a lot of customers. So in this community that I live, where I am the chief or
Yes.
I am the linguist, I have a barbering shop here.
Yes.
But because this area isn't a farming area, I have my farm in a different place, which is about 30 minutes drive away from my house.
Okay. So let me so first of all, yeah, we're going to give a shout out to Lena because it was through Lena that we make this wonderful connection, this wonderful international connection. And so again, so glad to have you
Exactly.
on the platform. So now
Mhm.
while you're cutting hair, how many people do you see in the barbershop in the course of a day?
right. So, we have peak days and then we have off peak days. So
Yes.
during the normal weekdays, which is from Monday to Thursday,
Yes.
I'm talking of about 10 to 20 people in the shop for the normal weekdays. But when we enter Friday, Saturday, especially Saturday, you can get about 30 to 40 people coming to the shop for their haircuts. And sometimes it's really, really hectic because the people don't come, at a spread time.
Yes.
People wait till, let's say, 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. and then they begin to come. And then you see that there are a lot of people surrounding the barber shop and it's like, wow, that's a very good thing. So normally on the weekends, we have a lot of people, 30 to 40 within a day. But the normal weekdays, we get from 10 to 20 people.
Are you the only barber? Are you the only barber? Are you the only one cutting hair in your shop? Or you have other barbers?
Oh, so I actually don't work in the barber shop. I have workers there who cut the hair of other people. I don't do anything there. I just supervise, oversee, and then make sure that the shop is in good shape.
Awesome. So now if and I'm understanding this better. So you actually own the barber shop, but you have other folks cut for you.
Exactly, exactly,
Wow.
exactly. I have barbers and I
You
have.
in the true sense of the entrepreneurial word, you are doing it. Thank you. Now, do you have any plans for opening up another barber shop?
Actually, I don't want to compete myself in the same community that I am in.
Yes.
So right now, I have two businesses running,
Yes.
and at first they were three, but I decided to close one because the pressure is too big. I want
Okay.
all of them to be able to can really good, and then I can sit back and then make directions.
Yes.
So right now the intention is to control this barbering shop that I have here and then see how far we can go. Because the community is big. It is in lanes. We have A line, B line, C line, up to J line. So I am in A line.
Yes.
If in the future I want to establish another barbering shop because people are patronizing from afar, I will check the middle point of A line to J line and then establish another barbering shop there so that people from A line, B line, C line, D line can at least enjoy um, the one that is in A line, and then people from D line, S line, J line can enjoy the one at D line, so that I know that I have a distance, but I don't want to be so close, and then I'll compete myself. It will not make any sense. So that's
Under,
the vision.
understood. Now, so you mentioned early on that about 30 minutes away you have a pig farm. How did you start the pig
Exactly.
farm? How did you get involved with farming?
All right. So just as I started explaining about the chieftaincy, this one too is kind of amazing. It was one Sunday around 2014. Yes, 2014. One Sunday. I don't really remember the exact day.
Yes.
Forgive me for that because we don't actually put exact days in our mind.
Okay.
So it was one Sunday. I was resting. I had gone to play what you call soccer, but in our community we call it football.
Yes.
I had played football in the morning and I was resting. Then I saw myself working at a pig farmer. So I worked at the pig farming. It was difficult for me through the vision that I had. But later I realized that I became a successful farmer. So I had a very close friend called Abebio. I must say he also did well in supporting me from the beginning,
Yes.
even though we didn't end it how it was supposed to end. So this my friend Abebio helped me with their plot of land. After I had the vision on Sunday, I met him on Friday and I told him that I had a dream on Sunday and I was a pig farmer. He said, oh, we also have a land that we have built a pig pen on it. Just Sunday, we want to remove the roofing because we don't have any worker there. So if you want it, I can talk to my dad and then you can complete the roofing and then work in the farm until you feel like you do. So that is how I became the pig farmer in 2014.
But
And
But I mean, how
I have been.
how did you get your first pig though? Because how many pigs do you have on your farm
All
now?
right. Okay. So the first time when I spoke to the guy and then he offered me the plot of land, I first went to a pig farm near my. It's not in the community, but it is next to the community, about
Yes,
10 to 15 minutes away from here. And I
yes,
spoke to the farmer there that I want to venture into pig farming, but I first want to have a hand in working as a farmer.
yes.
So if he doesn't mind, I can work in his farm for free until I am ready to start my pig farming. So I went there and I was working, learning the experience to be a pig farmer there. So that is where I bought my pig farm after 4 months of working for him for free over there. So I bought pigs from him and he gave me a very good price because he felt that I have also helped his workers, during the 4 months stay over there. And at that time I was a teacher.
Yes.
So I was getting income a little bit. So I saved some and I used to buy the pigs from that farm. And there is fortunate thing about my life. I had a friend from Spain called Fernando. That year when I was starting my pig farm, he was in Ghana. They normally come to the school that I was teaching as volunteers. So later I spoke to him that I have started my pig farming as he was aware in Ghana and I want him to help me to establish the farm. And he said that I should make my budget and I think steady. If I don't mind, he can partner me to do the pig farm with me. And that is how we did the pig farm together from 2014. So during that moment, we were working on somebody land. We were there for about 2 years,
Yes.
and then we had to relocate because that land wasn't for us. So we relocated to where we are currently. We bought the land by ourselves, the pen, and then we got some animals in it. We worked so hard, got almost like 80 animals. And then last year, we around this time, just as I interviewed me last year around this time, we got hit by a pandemic and we lost all our 80 animals in the farm.
Wow.
So that yeah, we lost all our 80 animals. But you know that our creator and the God and the ancestors, they are so wonderful.
Yes.
We used almost 3 years to work to get 80 animals.
Yes.
And now we restarted the pig farm somewhere in October, November last year.
Yes.
After the animals died, we didn't lose hope. We still fought to restart the farm. Started we started in October, and I'm telling you that in 2 months' time we are going to get about 150 animals in the farm through production females
What?
because we have 12 females who are pregnant now and they are going to give birth. So that is how it is. But currently we have around 35 getting to 40 animals in the
Yes.
farm. Yeah.
Now, so now, if I understand, so now, at what point do you sell off the pigs, or do you sell off the meat of the pigs? When do you do that?
Okay, so after birth, the best time to sell pigs is 8 months. At that
Okay.
time, the meat is perfect, the bones are chewable and everything. No
Yes.
fat and all those kind of things. So at pet, it's 8 months of age. That's
Yes.
when you sell. If you are not using the animal for production, if I have a female who is giving birth for me, I'm not going to sell that female in 8 months' time. The female will give birth and I'll sell the babies 8 months,
Okay.
every 8 months, every 8 months. That's how it is. But that's how we do it. 8 months, we sell the pig.
But yeah. So I got that, Nana. But do you ever like use the pig for food? I mean, at what point do you use the pig for food? I mean,
Okay,
when do you process the meat of the
so
pig?
I am not into processing. I
Oh,
have people who who come to my farm to buy them and then
yes.
take them to their site to process them. Some
Yes.
use them as grilling,
Yes.
some use them as soup. That was what I was doing at first. But because the pressure was too much for me and I wasn't having enough workers to do that, I had to close down my shop for a while.
Yes.
But in the future, I will redo it, and I need a little bit of capital to do that one too, because it's a big investment. So with that, what I was doing during that time was, when we get the meat from the farm,
Yes.
we prepare soup, purely pork soup,
Yes.
or we also cook some and then we fry. So when the customers come, somebody wants to eat the pork with the soup.
Yes.
Somebody also wants just a fried pork. So we fry for the people. And then we also have, we call something kinky. It's a local food made with maize.
Yes.
Some people eat the kinky with the pork soup, or kinky with fried pork with pepper. That's how we do it.
Okay. Man, this sounds interesting. So
Yeah.
now this is going to be a long question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you were a teacher, you are an entrepreneur. At any point, did you write this down in a business plan to kind of give yourself a projection as to where you wanted to be? Did you ever create a business plan?
Yeah. So yes, I spoke to a business partner who is a Spanish, Fernando.
Yes.
He told me to get him a plan and then my budget, and then give him an objective
Yes.
and aims about what I want to do. So I
Awesome.
did that business plan for him, and then we were working on it. But fortunately, because we were hit by pandemic last year,
Yes.
we had to rewrite our business plan. And then with that one, I told him that I don't want to do it alone, because this time around, we are already in the business together. So we
Yes.
have to sit down and do it. And we did it together, and it was a very great thing. So we did the plan that in 2022, we are going to have production, only production,
Okay.
pigs giving birth and stuff like that, raising the babies. But in 2023, we are going to do the two: production and sell pigs to customers. Production, selling pigs to customers. So that's
Wow.
how we are doing it. And then he has a vision. His vision is to use the profit that he gets from the pig farm
Yes.
to support uh, children who do not have parents or who are poor, but
Yes.
have the ability to become great in the future. He will use profit them in school, and that is why he is doing business with me. And I have also told him that because of his great idea, I'm also going to use part of my profit to support his foundation, so that we can to help people to go to school and become great leaders or great people in the future.
So do you ever take, or do you, I mean, you talk about capital, and right now the capital is just coming
Yes,
from you and your partner.
yes, please.
Do you ever look to work with other people that could give you additional capital, additional money?
Well, for now, for myself, I can work with somebody else, but for my business partner, he's not ready to work with anybody for now.
Okay,
He said that
understood.
we have to wait for the future.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I propose to do with people is that, for instance, I'm here. What people can do is that we can team and then start another farm
Yes.
other than my own pig farm with my friends. We
Yes.
can team up, get our own land, and then start another farm. That is what we can do. But for us to, reinvest in the farm that I have with him, is purely between the two of us. We are not ready to add any body to that. We can do, I personally can do business with somebody else. But
Yes.
already I have, I have someone that was talking to me to restart, like to do another business with me somewhere, because he came to the farm and saw that the animals are doing really good and he was interested in farming. But the
Yes.
person is not in his manner. So he was like, okay, if you can help, we can do the farm together on a different plot of land and then build our own structure. And then you will have a share in the farm, and then I also have a share in the farm. So I'm up for that one. Anybody who is ready especially our black community. We are all from Africa.
Yes.
Something took us from Africa to the Western world. You know, we have to come back to our roots,
Yes.
build our communities, build our countries, and then the best way to build a country or the best way to build the continent is agriculture. If agriculture is working well, there is so much food in the community, there is so much food in the country. I don't think that it's going to have a negative impact on the economy.
Yes.
So I uh, black community who is interested, whoever is interested, just contact me through Mr. Kevin, or you can contact me myself, which later I'll give my social media account,
Yes.
and then we can talk and do business. You know, make Africa proud again. You can come back, visit Africa. Some years ago,
Yes.
3 years ago, our president launched this program called um, Africans returning to the home.
Yes.
So we call it the door of yes return. You know,
Yes.
and then we are giving local names to our foreigners who feel like they want to come to Ghana to live here and stuff like that. So we are up and our arms are open to welcome everybody.
Now, Nana, thank you. So, in Ghana, in your particular village, what other resources
Hmm.
do you have? Like, what other? Is there rubber? Is there oil? Are there minerals? What other resources are there for you?
All right. So the country is Ghana,
Yeah,
and then the region is Ashanti region.
the
So
Ashanti
within
region.
the
Yes.
Ashanti region, there are there are places where we have gold. There are places where we have timber. You know, there are places where we have tourist sites like forest that the animals and people go in for safari to go and watch all those kind of things. But the
Yes.
main thing in Ashanti region is the gold that we get from here.
Now,
And then in the western region there is oil.
now, let me ask this question. So, and I don't mean to offend, but are there
Okay.
churches in the Ashanti region?
Yeah, there are churches here in Ashanti region and all over Ghana.
Okay.
There are churches.
And so, what denominations are there? Are these churches? Was it Catholic, Presbyterian,
Eh,
Methodist?
All of these names that you are mentioning, they are here. We have the Catholic, we have the Methodist, Presbyterian, we have the Anglicans here, and then we have Pentecost Church, we
Okay.
have Baptist, you know, and then there are people who also have their own churches
Yes.
that they also operate.
Now,
So
now,
the Orthodox and the non-Orthodox, they are all available.
have the churches? Have you reached out to the churches in terms of getting resources, getting capital from the churches?
You know, the church as an institution in Ghana is a non-profitable organization.
Yes.
So they don't really involve themselves in these kind of things. But what they normally do is they establish schools. You
Okay.
know, they establish schools to in the community to help people. And then
Yes.
when they do that, most of the time the schools from the mission or the schools from the churches,
Yes.
their school fees are a little bit considerable compared to the international schools. That is what they do.
Wow. Because as you were talking, one of the things that I was thinking about is, I belong to a Methodist church here in the states, and
Oh,
so I could imagine, if the Methodist churches would be interested in assisting you with building schools, providing supplies and other resources, and maybe even helping you expand and grow your farm.
yeah. So for the investment, it's not part of it. But the Methodist Church in this community, they have a school,
Yes.
you know, that they have opened and then they are operating. And the Catholic too are here. The Anglican has a school in Ashanti region. The Seventh Day Adventist, they also have a school in the community here. So
Yes.
that is what they are. They basically focus on schools because that one is where they can reach out to help a lot of people to grow their knowledge. And then sometimes they have developmental programs like they provide street lights,
Yes.
to the community, and then do those kind of things. For them to invest in a business, it's not part of the churches.
Well, no,
Yeah,
no,
they don't do that.
and again, it would not be pure investment as you know it. It would be, providing resources, um,
Hmm.
giving you money, sending over school supplies and things of that nature, just to help, things on your
Yeah.
end through the community, through the church, through the schools.
Oh, yeah. For schools, yes, they will do that. But anything other than or anything like to give you money to go and I find it difficult, or I can, if I'm not wrong, I believe that church members themselves they don't get that opportunity. So
Got you.
it's not how the church structure is done.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, I understand, but yeah, so but that's something that we've got to maybe uncover more because I know that over here in the states
Hmm.
there's resources where African Americans want to help out their African brothers and sisters, and if there's some way that through this
Okay.
podcast we can make that happen, then I think that that should be something that we should explore, right? Because I'm listening,
Exactly.
I'm listening to you, and I'm getting excited about the possibility of moving the relationship further because it's so exciting to talk about the homeland, and I know, and I probably speak
Hmm.
for a lot of people. We know the homeland, but no one has ever been. A lot of us have never been to the homeland, and so to know that we've got
Telling you,
and so to know that
I'm
we've got
telling you
the
that
possibility. Yes, talk to me, sir. Talk to me.
I'm telling you that we know that there have been a lot of stories that you especially are
Yes,
brothers or our sisters or our African community people in the
yes,
States or in the Western world have heard that Africa is not secure, Africa is not safe, and this and that. A lot of things we know because we get interactive with people living outside the country.
yes,
And I'm telling you that when you come to Africa, the day that you step your foot in Ghana, that is what I can talk of because I've not been in any other country, you realize that you are in a very peaceful and comfortable country. And I'm urging you to look into your calendar and find as soon as possible,
yeah, yeah.
come to Ghana, and then I'll be your guide. I'll be your tour guide for
Ab-
free, take you
absolute.
around the whole country,
Yes,
and you will have something to say in your podcast to the people. And I
yes,
believe through you, a lot of people will need to come to Ghana and then see because Ghana is so peaceful. People respect each other,
yes,
and you will be so surprised to see that when you are here and you are walking around and you see people saying hi, good morning, hello sir, people trying to even teach you the local language,
yes,
just for free because we are good for our hospitality.
yes.
So I welcome you to Ghana, and if you make your mind up to come to Ghana, forget about accommodation. My family is going to welcome you. Don't think of Airbnb, don't think of any hotel. You will be welcomed to the house, and then we will treat you as one of our own. And then you
Awesome,
will have a lot to say to the people.
awesome. Listen, I have no doubt if and when I can ever make it, I'm just going to mention your name, and I know I'm going to be safe, and I know I'm going to be well taken care of. So I have no problem.
Exactly,
Now,
exactly, exactly.
now,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
let me.
exactly. And I believe if you come to Ghana, I will be the first person that you and I will have a video interview because you have a lot to say from the farm, from the barbershop, within the community and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
Yeah.
But you know what though? You're going to be the first person I need to meet because
So
I won't know where I'm going otherwise. Let,
I'll be standing right at the arrival
uh,
waiting for you.
yes. Listen, I want to ask this question, right? And um,
Okay.
and please forgive me. Now, how is
Don't worry.
the entertainment? Like, are there like nightclubs over there? Do you go to nightclubs where they play music and people sing and dance and just have a good time?
I'm laughing.
Okay.
You know, everything is here. Here.
Okay.
We have churches, we have nightclubs, we have
Yes.
pubs, we
Okay.
have places where you can go and do hookah. We have
Okay.
places where you can go and take your cigar. You have places where you can go and drink.
Yes.
Any kind of entertainment that you're looking for is available in Ghana here.
You now Nana, you said the magic word. You said cigar. So I'm going to come, and that's the first place that you're going to take me. Because
Definitely, definitely.
I want to have a cigar in the motherland with you. Man, that's fantastic.
Exactly.
So
You'll be taken to a place where they are playing a very cool music,
yes,
very cool
yes,
music, and then you'll be taking a cigar and enjoying, and then
yeah.
just enjoying the
Now,
environment.
now
We also have beaches.
you got beaches. Okay, well, before you get into the beaches, this is what I want you to do for me. Now, I have a Facebook page called the Entrepreneur Enclave, and so once we finish this podcast,
Okay.
man, if you have
Mm-hmm.
pictures that you want me to share,
Mm-hmm.
right, with some of my followers, I'll be glad to share
Okay.
that with them, so they get a better
Okay.
sense of who you are. They get a better sense of the motherland. They get a better sense of Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
and so when we do come, see what I say? When we do come, we know what we're in for because they've seen a lot of the pictures and videos already. So we'll set that up after we finish
Okay.
this.
So
We'll set that up after we finish this podcast. But man,
absolutely, I
I
will send you pictures of me playing football, pictures of me at the beach, pictures of
yes,
me at, I do everything, being in my chief dress,
yes,
pictures at the farm working, pictures of the animals and all those kind of things. I'll send you them. I'll send you
fantastic.
pictures of waterfall and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yes.
we want to see the beauty of of Ghana and the beauty of the motherland. This is
Hmm.
fantastic. Let
Yes.
me ask a question. So,
Okay.
what is it like growing up there? I mean, did you feel like you were, because often, and you spoke about that, oftentimes because we don't know the motherland, oftentimes we think that Africa is dangerous, it's not safe, people are growing up in poverty. Is that the
Hmm.
case where you are?
Not really. Not
Okay,
really. Not
okay,
really. But what I can say, is that um, as I talk to you right now, it's almost like 11 p.m. in
yes,
Ghana here,
yes,
and people are people are having good time outside. Friends are communicating. Somebody is celebrating his birthday, and his friends are around him, and then they are just chilling over
yes,
there. There used to be some time that um, we feel so hot in the room, and we feel like we wanna enjoy
yes,
outside, sleep outside. You can relax and sleep outside as long as you can. Once you can build something like a net, which will not allow mosquitoes to come in there, you are safe and secure.
okay,
So, uh, growing up here, we saw a lot of things. I was trained as a Christian, but as I grew up, I saw that I believe in God, but
yes,
I'm not solely a Christian. I think that the story about Jesus Christ is something of it's like a story, or it's because of the slave trade that I learned about. I feel like the story of Jesus Christ was used to colonize my
yes,
people. So I'm not so much into Jesus Christ, but I'm not against Jesus Christ. I respect anybody's religion, but
yes,
I believe in the Creator, and I pray to the Creator through the nature, the
yes,
rivers, the trees, the forest. Anytime I get the opportunity to go in there, that's what I do. So growing up, a lot of things. We had friends. I was playing active football when I was growing up. I played football in the primary school, in the junior high school, and then in senior high school. But I realized that getting the opportunity to play football, bigger, it's really difficult. I needed to concentrate on my books, and then I sped up to become a teacher, and then I had this vision to become a pig farmer. So that is how it is. But there is nothing like insecurity in the country like that. No, even though I cannot say that it is 100% that there's zero insecurity,
Yes.
but it's high. It is very very high. Let's say about 90%. You are free to do what you want to do.
Wow. Wow. Now,
Just that I will continue to invite our people to come because we also, we have schools
yes.
need a lot of help like books. We need schools that need computers to set up ICT centers and stuff like that. So our people, as you are there, you get opportunity to have people in the community who have laptops that they don't want to use.
Yes.
It's not that it's completely spoiled, but it's working. You can have them here, and at least school children can learn, these kind of things from them because Ghana is not a developed country; it's a developing country.
Yes.
So we can use these kind of things, have exchange programs, people coming down to teach our locals how to do certain kind of things,
Yes.
and they will help build the country for the next generation.
I love it. I love it. Now, if you had to look at a crystal ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 years from now, where do you see yourself as an entrepreneur? Where do you see yourself as a community leader?
Okay, thank you for that question.
Yes.
Actually, I would have been seeing myself this year as somebody who is okay in life. Had
Yes.
it not been the pandemic that happened to me last year, and now we have a saying that goes that if you are carrying things on your head and then they fall down, you don't leave them there, but you learn to rearrange them well so that when you carry them again, they don't come off from your head.
Yes.
So when I fell last year, I didn't stay there. I rose and I'm working hard. And as I said, I used 3 years to get about 80 animals. This month, I'm using 1 year to get over 150 animals.
Yes.
So in that case, in the next 3 years, where I'm seeing myself is I'll be somebody who can have at least 20 animals to sell every month in my farm. And then being able to sell 20 animals in my farm means that my farm is giving me income and I'm okay. And together with my partner, we are being able to support students who are struggling in school to
Yes.
also make it in life. And I see myself. So my arms are still open to whoever wants to come to Ghana and then make investments, particularly concerning pig farming or poultry farming. We can assist and then we all move together to make it great in the community or in the country.
Yes. I love it, man. I love it. So, but you are connected on the podcast, and so we're going to do whatever we can to help and to assist. So listen, with the time that we have left,
I appreciate you for that.
is there
Mm-hmm.
anything that you want to share to the listening audience about you? Anything you want to share to the listening audience or with the listening audience about your country and about your region, the Ashanti
Okay.
region?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are a lot of things to share. And just a few minutes ago, I made a post on my Facebook wall, which anybody who is listening can go and then check. My Facebook name is Kenny Cobb Enterprise. Kenny Cobb is KENYKOB, or you can just search for the name Kennedy Asare and it will come. Or you go to Instagram, Kenny Cobb Enterprise. I also have a YouTube channel called Kenny Cobb TV where I teach people about pig farming and stuff like that. So whatever I want to share is that, in my life as a human being, there have been some ups and downs in my life. I was working as a teacher for some time ago. First, I started as a financial worker, and I lost jobs. I lost jobs, but I didn't fail for losing my job. I decided to fight through, and now I am a CEO of two businesses, Kenny Pig Farm and then Kenny Barbershop. I also have my Kenny YouTube. I I lost my sweetheart, my mom, 12 years ago. She was all that I had, you know, but I prayed to her, and then I got encouraged to move on, to do better things in life. So life is about fighting hard. You cannot just lose something today and then think that you lost it all. So we say that when one door closes, another door opens. And
Yes.
then when you fall, rise and then come out bigger, and then determine that what has become a disappointment, you are going to turn it into an appointment.
Yes.
Talking about Ghana and then the Ashanti region at large, Ashanti region is a cosmopolitan um, area where we have every tribe of people living here. Ghana has the northern tribe, we have the central people, we have the Ashanti, we have the Gan. A lot of people are living here. So when you come here, you see that there are a lot of people around. We have big markets around. We have the lake in the Ashanti region. We have a waterfall. We have monkey sanctuary. We also have a butterfly sanctuary, and then we have places where you can see rocks being turned into gravel to fix roads and stuff like that. So we have a lot to be seen in our country here. It's just a plea and an apology that I'm renting to you, to our listeners, that let's come home. The president opened up the year of return. Come home.
Yes.
Africa is, once you are black, you are from Africa. But right now, as I'm here, I'm inviting all to come to Ghana. Let's come to Ghana. We come to Ghana, we see how the country is, a very beautiful country which needs the help of our people who were taken out of us to come and help us build a country. You come, you have people like me that we can help you to feel at home in the country. Try to leave something in the country, not leave something to say that you give all your money here, but try to make an investment in something that is going to be profitable. You use some of the profit for yourself, you use some of the profit to assist people in the community to bless their life. And if you bless somebody's life and the person wakes up in the morning and pray that, my dear God, help Mr. Kevin so that he will always be able to also support me to become a great person in future. It's blessing you, and it's also going to increase your scope for you. So let's try to come to the country, explore the country, and then make an impact in the country, and we are going to all enjoy. Many people are coming. Recently, one musician, Lamar, came to Ghana, and he enjoyed life so much. He will be bringing his documentary very, very soon. He came to enjoy Ghana so much. Memphis Depay, a professional player who plays for Barcelona,
Yes.
comes to Ghana, and then he recently set up school. He set up something for the school for the deaf and blind, which
Yes.
was very interesting. He was wearing the school uniform and then playing with the kids and stuff like that. This is how we want our people who are in the diaspora to come home, to come and do. Let's invest and help the people in the country. That's what I can say.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I received that, Nana. I received that. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
and
you.
and so I heard you mention the passing and the loss of your mother. So we want to certainly keep you in
Mm-hmm.
prayer, and I know that your mother is proud of you, and she's looking down on you, and she is certainly with the
Thank you.
ancestors encouraging you every day. So I thank you, brother. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm really happy this happened. And I've really enjoyed the interview.
Yes, sir.
And if there are more questions for you to ask, I'm ready to answer the
Yeah.
questions.
Well, now that we are friends and now that you have access to the platform, you are always welcome. and we're going to do our very best to get the word out. We're going to try to encourage other folks to follow you and to support your endeavors, man, because I'm hearing something that sounds like love, and so we certainly want to multiply those effects of what you do, brother. But you said
Thank you so much.
you said one key word for me, and that was cigars. So listen, I'm not trying to make light of our conversation because I love it, but at the end of every day, I have a cigar, and that's how I relax.
Right.
That's how I reflect. That's how I regroup and recharge and prepare myself for the following day. So when I come to Ghana to hang out with you, that's going to be how we're going to do our evening wind down. Cigar, we're going to talk about the day, and we're going to talk about what do we have to tackle for the next day. But yeah, we're going to send that up to the higher powers, to the ancestors, that I can get there and we can make some things happen, man. So with the time that we have left, are there any shout outs that you want to give to anyone in the Ashanti region that might be, when we do drop this podcast, they will hear your shout out?
All right. So first of all, I want to say shout out to big my big friend Lena.
Yes.
Because she absolutely made this happen.
Yes.
So I want to say a big shout out to her.
Yes.
And I want to say a very big shout out to a special person in my life called Shonita. She is so much amazing, and she has been the best outside my family. She has been the best that I have had encounter with, the best woman that I've had encounter with. I say God bless her in anything that she's doing, and increase her scope for whatever thing that she wants to do or achieve in life. She is actually a Guyanese and then living in America, but she's currently in Ghana.
Yes.
And I'm so much blessed to have had an encounter with her. And I want to say a very big shout out to my chief, Nana Kwabena, who has been the chief of Bukum Estate for almost 60 years. It's been so much amazing this past 3 years that I have had an encounter with him. I want to say a very big shout out to all the members of Bukum Estate Executive Men's Club. It's through them that I am where I am now. It was through the Bukum Estate Executive Men's Club that I became the secretary of the committee, became the linguist of chief, and then I'm where I am now. I say a big shout out to the chairman, Mr. S4E16. I say shout out to the development committee chairman. Shout out to the council of elders chairman of Bukum Estate, Dr. Ifa Momu. I say great thank you for everything that you've been doing for me in my whole life. I also want to say a very big shout out to all my family members, my siblings, my dad. I have dads because they are twins. Oh, they are so amazing. They've been taking very good care of us since the past of their life, and it's been so amazing. Everybody who I am connected to, if I'm to say that I'm going to mention names, please, we are going to finish this in 2 weeks' time. So anybody who is listening to me, my classmates, my friends, my football colleagues, anybody who is connected to me, including the sub chiefs and everybody, I say a very big shout out to you all, and God bless you for having me in your life and then allowing me to be part of you in your day-to-day activity that we all do together. But best of it all goes to my business partner, Fernando, who is from Spain. I love you, brother. You have been my backbone in this business, and I know that if I had not met you in 2014, I couldn't have been standing here talking to Mr. Kevin in this interview that we are having. And then finally, shout out to you, Mr. Kevin, for making this happen, because it's really, really a blessing for me to have you tonight and then talking to you. I almost forgot one person. I want to say a very big shout out to Domache, who is also in New Jersey, a niece to Lena, a very good friend of mine. Thank you all for your time, and I appreciate you. Hopefully, we can hear our voice or meet very soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Nana, listen. So we're gonna end this podcast, but you and I will be talking later on this evening. You know how we do it, late night conversations.
Right. Having your cigar and then we're talking.
Yeah, it'll be like 11 to 12. So if it's 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock my time, what's it, like 4 o'clock in the morning your time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't want to keep you up because I'm up.
No. Let me tell you, my life as a chief.
Yes.
My life as a chief, we don't sleep.
Okay.
You know, we are always listening. So you can just call me or text me anytime. Normally, text help me during the day.
Yes.
But at night, call. You call me and then we begin to text. And I'm always up. My arms are open for you, sir.
Hey, listen, and you know we will do that this evening. So right after I get my cigar, I will be texting you, and we'll certainly debrief on this conversation. But I thank you, and I thank you for sharing your world with my world, and hopefully from the sharing of all of this, the ancestors will be excited. They will allow us to move. You know, I used to have a very dear friend of mine. He was also my bishop and also my mentor, Bishop May. And he would often say, operate in your God-given authority. So I think that because the ancestors would be proud, we're going to operate in our God-given authority. And we're going to hope and pray that this podcast does more and exceedingly to what we need to have done. And so for that, we say thank you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for sharing your country and your world with us, and we're going to definitely stay connected, brother.
Right. Exactly. Right. It has really been a very great moment to be with you. Yes. When I was growing up as a Christian, I was a Methodist too, so keep that in mind. Oh. Thank you for your time.
Oh my God! So you were growing up as a Methodist? That's fantastic.
Yes, very much fantastic.
Okay, fantastic, brother Nana. Thank you so much. Listen, you are always welcome on this platform. I'm going to talk to you later on this evening, but again, thank you. All right.
Welcome. In my country, Ghana, Ashanti, if you say thank you, we say medase. And then thank you means medase in Chi. And then I will respond, welcome in Chi as Akwaba.
Okay. Now we're gonna have to go a little slower with that one, but I'm with you. Listen, by the time I get there, I'm gonna know at least 4 or 5 different common phrases so that I won't be lost.
Absolutely.
Listen,
okay, brother. Thank you for your time again.
Thank you, and let's talk and text later on.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right.
Thanks. Yes, sir.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That concludes another episode of The Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. We hope you found this episode informative and enlightening. If you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, please call 609-731-9311 or email kevin@minding-our-business.com. We look forward to joining us for our next one. Until next time.